Hey everyone, Roger here from Ask Car Experts YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about brake squeaks, what makes the noise, what to check for, and how you can stop the brake noise that you're getting. That annoying squealing sound every time you stop. There's a way to fix that. You're not going to believe how easy this procedure is. I'm going to show you what to look for and how you can fix that annoying brake squeal. It's driving you crazy. Let me show you how. So in this video, I'm going to show you the procedure that BMW uses to get rid of a brake squeak. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to go over. And the first thing is what causes a brake squeak. There's multiple different reasons for a brake squeak. You could just have rust build up on your rotor, or you could have an edge built up on the side of the pad. And a brake squeak is realistically an oscillation vibration. That's a fancy way to say that there is a vibration that's creating an audible noise that you can hear. And I'm going to go over some safety things to check over. I'm going to go over some safety steps to make sure that it's safe to do this procedure. And we'll just keep that in mind as we go through this video. Let me just talk about worn brakes. So BMW spec is at least 4 millimeters of pad. So you want to check to make sure that you have at least 4 millimeters of brake pad before you can do this procedure that I'm going to show you. If you don't have a BMW, you want to make sure that the metal tab on the side of your brake pad, it's usually on the inner side, is not rubbing up against the rotor, because that can make a squealing noise when you're braking too, and that just means that your brakes need to be replaced. Now on a BMW, if you're at 4 millimeters or less, I'd recommend replacing your brake pads, inspecting your rotors, and just replacing things as necessary. But sometimes you can get a brake noise and there's no rhyme or reason other than there's a contamination buildup that I'm going to show you how to take care of. This chamfer and lube is a dealer secret. They actually do this procedure under warranty in order to prevent having to replace your brake pads. It's called a chamfer and lube, and that's what I'm going to be showing you how to do. Alright, remember to just keep watching for the full details. Let me just go over what is normal and what is not normal. So you get up in the morning, your car's been sitting, it rained last night, and you're backing out of your driveway and you hear that horrible squeak noise. Well, you brake, it squeaks once, you drive to work, you don't hear it again. That is normal. So rotors build rust that build up on the surface, and when you brake, the pad actually self-cleans that rotor. That's why this one's so rusty. It's been sitting up here on my lift for quite a while, and it was outside. So this rust will actually clean when this is applied, when the brake pad is applied, and you're driving the car, it will self-clean that rotor. That is normal noise as long as it goes away and is not repetitive. Now you're driving to work, and every time you stop, you hear a brake squeak. You could do a couple of hard brakings just to see if the noise goes away. If it does go away, it might be contamination, and this procedure would help. Or if the noise doesn't go away, this procedure still might help as long as your brakes and your brake pads are okay and you have enough brake pad material and your rotors are in good shape. Let me just go over that real quick. So you want to carefully inspect your rotors. You can see right here I have this really deep groove right here on this outer edge, and this is all flaking on this outer edge. BMW would call this a category 3 rotor with the flaking, and it's probably even below spec. So if you have deep grooves, it might be time to just replace your brakes. But if your rotor surface looks more like this part right here and it's smooth all the way around, you can go ahead and do this procedure. So to do this procedure, you do have to remove the brake pads from the car, inspect your rotors like this. Even though it's very rusty, it's smooth and even. This will self-clean. I don't have heavy flaking on the outside of the rotor or on the back side or the bottom of the rotor. So this is definitely reusable, but you will have to remove your brake pads. I have a bunch of videos on different brake pad removals on BMW. Otherwise, check with your specific manufacturer just to remove the caliper and take the pads out so we can do this procedure. Let's get into this procedure. Man, enough talking. Let's show you how this is. All right, very important step is to clean the debris that builds up. There's all this dirt and debris on the brake pad here on the back side, and we want to clean the surfaces here on the edge where it sits in the caliper. So just take a wire brush and just, you can see the dust come off, just kind of gently scrape all of this surface clean. Wear a mask. not for COVID, but for brake dust. You can see actually the difference, how much cleaner that is. So you just go around the whole surface. You can't really damage anything unless you're really going crazy with a wire brush, but just want to clean all of the surfaces, and don't forget to clean these points here where they contact the caliper in the caliper bracket. All right, so I have my pad and I've just cleaned it. Now I'm going to take a file, and here's the magic trick. Are you ready? Take the file, hold it at a slight angle on the outer edge. You ready for it? You ready for it? And just take the edge off. Seriously, that's all it is. You're just taking this little outer edge off along this side here. Do the same thing. Now, any of those spots where you saw any of those little curly bits, because there's like little bits of pad material that build up here. And if you have a cookie, you can do that too, but you can actually see the chamfer right there. See, I did less on that side and more on that side. So you could take this down a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive with it. I just want a nice chamfer, so you can see that edge right there. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And I can go around the whole pad. I'm not gonna hurt it by doing a light chamfer all the way around the pad material. Now, if you look actually on this edge, the pad on a BMW already comes pre-chamfered. You could just clean that up a little bit. All right, so that's the chamfer part. And you do this to each brake pad. How crazy simple is that, right? What? Nobody told you this? It's insane, right? This is like the secret. It's so simple. Now the other magic trick. Are you ready? Well, this is BMW brake paste, but use any kind of brake paste that is applicable for your car, or the kind that you can buy at AutoZone. It's fine, right? So we did the chamfer. Now it's time for the very important lube. I'm not gonna get into that, but anyways, all right, so where do we put the lube? Do not put the lube on the pad surface. All right, you would contaminate your pad and you would have to throw it away. Do not put it here. The lube goes on the backside. So we want to just take the lube and you just put it around where it sits in the piston, right? So I'm going to take a little bit more. This is a discard pad, so I don't really care about getting anything on it, but this is what you're doing. So we're just gonna take and put this all around here. But there's another spot that's really important. I'm gonna show you in just a sec. So you just need a thin coat. So what is this doing? This is going to absorb that vibration. So as you're driving and that oscillation might still occur slightly when you're braking, this liquidy gel brake paste absorbs the vibration. Insane. And then the noise doesn't occur. So I've even seen, and actually have done on one car, I ended up using a little bit of RTV for recurring brake noise, and there was nothing wrong with the brakes. It was just something that was happening. I actually used a little bit of RTV, which was a little bit more of a pasty, a heavy set, and it actually took care of the noise. But I wouldn't recommend you trying that for extreme brake noise, and if you want to give it a shot, you can. But the brake paste should take care of it. All right, so the other important spot to lube that everybody forgets are the edges, right? So where the pad sits in the caliper bracket, lube these edges here, right? Remember, not the surface. And then, let me show you over here. Right, so here's the caliper bracket, and you can see where the pad sits in the caliper bracket and up against the caliper here. So you want to you can use a slight file if you need to on this edge, or a brush, the wire brush, and then you want to put a light coat of lube there and at the mating point of the caliper bracket. And I mean, I do this in all of my videos, so if you want to check out some of my brake videos, I show you exactly how to do that when doing the brake repair. Oh, no more squeak. No, seriously, that's how easy it is to fix a brake squeak, as long as all of these components are in good shape. Like I said, this one here I would not do because of this lip right here. You do want to measure your rotors and make sure that they're above spec. I'm going to have a video just talking about rotors and how to measure rotors and where to find the specification for rotors in the future, hopefully soon. But that is the super secret. Oh yeah, forget about that too. Almost forgot one more critical spot. When you have this type of pad, and not all pads are going to be like this, some are going to be a solid piece. You have this groove here, and look at the dust in this groove. It has really accumulated. So this is actually to catch some of that dust, and you don't want to lube this again, but go ahead and clean any of those openings that you have that are a normal break in your brake pad, like so. So that's it. You just need these items right here. So we got a file, we got a brush, I got my lube or my brake paste, and my brake pad. And you can go ahead and fix this brake noise all on your own. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my Ask Car Experts YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out my website, askcarexperts.com, for any giveaways I might have running. And have a great holiday season, and I'll see you soon.